plan no matter what. So the first step is plan to succeed. The second step is very near and dear to my heart, and that is to grow organically. How many times, especially when you're so excited, it's your new business, and you want to let all your friends and family know right away, you want business cards so you can feel that ownership, you get your website, you get your logo, you get all of this marketing, and guess what? You got all these people lined up because they cannot wait for whatever you're selling, but you're not operationally sound yet. What happens is you get all these sales on the front end because they're just so excited because you marketed so well and maybe you have such a great following. So they come on board on the front end, but your processes weren't ready for all of that. So now you lose them because you're not prepared. You're making too many mistakes. You're basically practicing on your biggest load of clients. And so, your retention reflects what's going on. So don't do it. Just don't even come at it that way. If you know how to market, if you know you've got great connections, your networking is awesome, your following is great, that part's going to come. The last thing you want to do is have the most people with the least preparedness. You don't want to be so unprepared while having all of your best group and your largest group of supporters. So you want to grow organically. You want to balance between marketing, developing, and operations. You want to grow at a pace where excellence is the point and not your next dollar. I'm contradicting some people that I have seen online that say, just get in there, get your feet wet, get going. That's a theory. I have seen both sides of it, and I'll tell you, I pick being operationally sound every time for the long haul. Unless you're coming into this with the thought of, I just want to churn and burn. I want as many sales as I can, and whatever happens after that, I'll just quit anyway. If that's your mentality, sure, mark it away. Don't worry about the operations. But I don't think that's anyone's actual intentions. No one that I know of. So I would rather say, on an ethical level, that you would want to take the time between in your beginning development stages to examine your processes, challenge yourself to always measure and upgrade your processes whenever possible, and always be in a constant state of improving. Always train in within your industry. There's always training available. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. You can always learn. Things change, things update. There are things that you may have been expert in 5 years ago, where the processes now are far improved, but you haven't been keeping up. So you want to make sure that you stay learning, stay, getting into trainings. Make sure that you are building your organization. A lot of times when you first start a business, you may not have all the right personnel, but you won't know that automatically. You may not know that. So if you grow slower in the beginning, you kind of have time to vet the people that you've brought on board with you. And you may have to make some moves and shift some out and bring new ones in. Get yourself to that point where you feel like this is it. This is that team. So when you have all of the people that come in from your marketing, you've got this solid team now that you've developed and taken the time to ensure that they are the right ones for the job. So you're developing your team, you're developing your operations, you're making your mistakes with, in the beginning with a few, and learning better processes so that the more people you have already improved a lot of your processes, things that you may not have known to do initially. So, definitely growing organically is important for the long haul. If you plan on being successful for a good length of time, if you plan on being in this game, in that industry, and this is, and you're gonna, make this your baby for real, then you want to make sure that you take the time to grow slowly but expertly.